Welcome back again. I have returned after my extended absence. I was playing Wizard's Crown on the side during the uh, the Olympic break, so we have now reached game day 99. So this is the 50% completion point because we will have to make a run towards the palace before game day 200. So, with that out of the way, let's check and see how our characters are doing. And this is the first guy. He is using the axe, if you remember. 12 strength, 20 dexterity, 55 life. His axe skill is 200. So yeah, he has scan and stealth. He's basically our point character who will phase to spot enemies, basically. So depending on how well he spots, it depends on whether or not we get a chance to ambush the monsters or not. So alright, this guy is using a flail. I am not planning to improve his weapon skill any higher. His awareness is at 200. I decided to go ahead and go for broke with first aid. So fully maxed out on the skills. So this should be sufficient to help out in any night fights or in the dungeons. And speaking of the dungeons, besides this game update, I will also go ahead and do the first 3 dungeons. So because this guy, he passed 16 dexterity, but that's only because we had some night fights that were getting us close to the game update. And I decided, well, I might as well go for, as close to day 100 as possible. That also corresponds to when I actually go into and touch the dungeon, so be it. So he's doing pretty well. Mace skills at 200. I will probably switch some of his to a defensive item over because with the staff, I will lose the ability to use the jars and bottles that I've been completely exploiting. So when I go through that go through that point. So alright, so he should have a sword skill of 200, and he does, and disarm, trap, and picklock are at 200. In retrospect, I probably could have stayed with like picklock maybe 150 or 170, but I forgot about that there is like there are some special lockpicks that you can find in one of the dungeons, but I don't regret spending the experience points to improve it all the way up to 200 because my intent overall is to really get the standard lockpicks and the 50 feet of rope. Well, actually probably 100. What way are on the side of caution? 100 feet of rope for the first 3 dungeons, and if once we get out of there and we don't need that, we don't need the rope anymore, we'll just get rid of it. And so let's see, and our sorcerers are doing pretty well. So I just improved his alchemy skill very recently up to 150, so that should be sufficient for the end game because uh, there's that diamond and there's a golden ring. So with those two items, my alchemy bonus should be up there. So um, of course it'll cost some money to make potions and what have you, but for that final dungeon, it'll be well worth it. And he's using a bow. Haven't found really awesome bows yet. I found some pretty good ones, but nothing that will be really, really good. So uh, I switched him over to this short bow. It's a magical damage weapon, so this isn't too bad. In terms of effectiveness, this is far better than a physical magic weapon. Physical magic weapons, as I mentioned earlier, are just uh, they're okay, but a lot of stuff is just uh, start shrugging it off. So you're better off with like magic or death weapons. So we only have one death weapon. That's that Morning Star. So well, actually, we have another one with that spear, but we haven't enchanted that. I might be enchanting some of these weapons for our final push. So I'm also running in a little bit of a conundrum because I'm running out of things to enchant, so that's not exactly good. So we will definitely be making a push pretty soon for that final dungeon. I'd say maybe about game day 150 or so. Uh, I'll see how it goes. And there's our other bow guy. It's pretty much and the sorcerers all have cast spell of 200, and they all have 150 powers, so that should be pretty darn good. A slight tweak to resting up and getting your power back is to spend an experience point on it. Actually, do experience points to increase your power by 1. So if you do that, your maximum power would go up by 1, and your current power would be the same as your maximum power. So it's a little bit of a cheese, I think. But if the game allows it, I guess there's a reason for it. So not too sure if Eternal Dagger's the same way. It could very well be. So, and our last guy, he is using the spear. So spear, shield, scan, cast spells. You can see. That's pretty much it. So I do have a few extra defensive items in the end. About 4 of them. I should have 5 in there because I found another one when I was out doing another night fight. So a few of these items I will be selling, so I will go and do that, and I will stop as far as the update goes, and then we'll go and proceed with the dungeons in order. I'm not too sure how long that will take, but my guess would be maybe about roughly an hour or so, but we'll see what the final tally is, and I'll check in with you after that's done. So I will be going through that shortly. I'll talk to you then.